It's time to shatter the lies you've been told about your body and health. For too long, myths have controlled your choices, stealing your energy, your strength, your freedom. Today, we crush the confusion, slice through the noise, and decode the truth so you can finally take back control. Imagine unlocking hidden knowledge that empowers you to transform your health, sharpen your mind, and conquer your world. No gimmicks, no false promises, just the raw truth you need to rise above the myths and dominate life on your terms. When it comes to health, the very first thing we need to do is clear the fog, and that starts with separating myths from reality. Most people are walking around with beliefs they've been fed for years by advertisements, by social media trends, even by well-meaning friends or family. But here's the truth: if the foundation is built on myths, every decision you make from there is going to be off track. Think about it like this: if you're told all your life that eating 6 times a day boosts your metabolism, you'll keep snacking, never realizing that constant eating keeps insulin high and actually prevents fat burning. That's a myth in action, stealing your results. Another one is the idea that fat makes you fat. For decades, people were afraid of butter, avocado, olive oil, foods that actually help stabilize hormones and keep you satisfied. Meanwhile, low-fat products loaded with sugar flooded the shelves, and what happened? Obesity rates skyrocketed. That's what happens when myths are stronger than science. You end up doing the exact opposite of what your body needs. And it doesn't stop there. Many believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but who said that? It wasn't human biology, it was a cereal company slogan. When you look at the body's natural rhythms, you realize skipping breakfast can actually help your body tap into stored fat and improve energy levels. Yet the myth made people force themselves to eat when their body wasn't even hungry. Here's the point: myths are powerful because they sound simple and safe. They make you feel like you're doing the right thing, but when you dig deeper, the reality often says the exact opposite. And once you start questioning the stories you've been told, everything changes. You stop chasing gimmicks, you stop wasting time, and you begin to trust the real signals your body gives you. When we talk about nutrition, this is where so many people get lost. Everywhere you turn, there's a new product, a new label, a new promise that this food will boost your energy, burn fat, or fix your health overnight. But the truth is, most of what you've been told about nutrition is marketing, not science, and the result: people are eating in a way that keeps them sick, tired, and dependent on quick fixes. Take so-called superfoods. You'll see a flashy ad telling you that one exotic berry or one powder will change your life. But when you look closely, what you actually have is hype. No single food on its own is going to reverse years of bad habits. What really matters is the overall pattern of what you eat, day after day, week after week. That's what controls your blood sugar, your hormones, your energy. But the myth of the miracle food keeps people distracted, spending money on the wrong things. Then there's the low-fat lie. For years, we've been told to cut fat, avoid it, fear it. But when you take the fat out of food, what gets added back in? Sugar, chemicals, artificial fillers, and what does that do? It spikes your insulin, drives cravings, and makes you hungrier than before. Meanwhile, healthy fats like those in eggs, nuts, salmon, avocado are some of the most powerful tools for stabilizing blood sugar and helping the body actually burn fat for fuel. Yet, the myth of low fat equals healthy is still so deeply ingrained that people feel guilty eating real, nutrient-dense foods. Another big one is the obsession with protein bars, shakes, and processed diet snacks. They're marketed as healthy, but many are loaded with hidden sugars, refined oils, and preservatives. They may look like health foods, but they keep you trapped in the same cycle of insulin spikes and energy crashes. Real food, simple, whole, nutrient-rich food will always outperform something that came out of a box or a factory. Nutrition myths are some of the most damaging because they hit you where it matters most, your daily fuel. If the fuel is wrong, everything else falls apart. But when you see through the lies and focus on real, whole foods, your body responds almost immediately. Energy comes back, weight starts to shift, your mind becomes clearer. And that's when you realize the truth about food is simple. When it comes to fitness and weight loss, this is probably the area where people get hit with the most myths. You've heard them all before. To lose weight, you need to exercise more, spend hours in the gym, or do endless cardio to burn calories. But here's the reality: weight loss is not about how much you sweat. It's about what's happening with your hormones. If your insulin is high, if your blood sugar is unstable, no amount of running or crunches is going to fix that. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. Think about the old idea that calories in, calories out is the ultimate formula. On paper, it looks simple. Eat less, move more, and you'll lose weight. But the body isn't a calculator. It's a chemistry lab. Hormones like insulin, cortisol, and leptin decide whether you store fat, burn fat, or stay stuck. That's why two people can eat the same amount of calories, and one gains weight while the other doesn't. It's not just about calories, it's about the hormonal response those calories trigger. Another common myth is that the more cardio you do, the faster you'll lose fat. But excessive cardio often backfires. It raises cortisol, stresses the body, and makes you hungrier. You burn some calories during the workout, sure, but your body adapts quickly. What actually makes a difference is short, intense bursts of activity combined with strength training, because muscle improves insulin sensitivity and helps your body burn fat long after the workout is over. And then there's the myth that you need to work out every single day to see results. The truth is, recovery is just as important as training. If you never give your muscles and nervous system time to reset, you're just breaking down the body instead of building it up. Less can actually be more when it's strategic and supported by the right nutrition. When we talk about disease and prevention, this is where the myths can do the most damage. People are taught to believe that getting sick is just a matter of bad luck, bad genes, or something that happens as you age, and there's nothing you can really do about it. But that's not the full story. Your daily choices, what you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, play a far bigger role in whether you develop chronic disease than most people realize. Genes can load the gun, but lifestyle is what pulls the trigger. One of the biggest misconceptions is that if you take a pill, you've solved the problem. Medication can manage symptoms, but it doesn't always address the root cause. Take something like high blood pressure. A pill may bring the numbers down, but why was it high in the first place? If your insulin is elevated, if your arteries are inflamed from too much sugar and processed food, no medication will truly fix that until the underlying issue is corrected. Prevention comes from addressing those root causes, not just masking them. Another common myth is that boosting your immunity comes from quick fixes like taking a certain supplement only when you feel run down. But your immune system doesn't work like a switch you can flip on and off. It's built over time through consistent habits, dense foods, regular movement, quality sleep, and stress management. That's what makes your body resilient. It's not about waiting until you're already sick. It's about preparing your body every single day so it's strong enough to handle challenges before they turn into disease. And then there's the belief that aging automatically equals decline. While it's true the body changes as we get older, decline is not inevitable. Many of the problems people blame on just getting old, low energy, joint pain, weight gain, are actually tied to poor diet, insulin resistance, and lifestyle habits that can be changed at any age. Aging doesn't have to mean losing quality of life. When it comes to mental health, the amount of misinformation out there is staggering. People are told that stress, anxiety, or burnout are simply weaknesses of character, or that mental health is something separate from physical health. But the truth is, your mind and body are completely connected. What you eat, how your hormones function, and how balanced your lifestyle is all play a massive role in how you feel emotionally and mentally. You can't separate the brain from the body, they work together as one system. One of the biggest misconceptions is that stress is just in your head. Stress is actually a very real physical state driven by cortisol, the body's stress hormone. When cortisol stays elevated, it impacts sleep, weight, energy, and mood. It's not about being strong or weak, it's about chemistry. The good news is that you can influence this chemistry through simple changes. Balancing blood sugar, cutting out stimulants that overwork your adrenal glands, and creating real recovery time for your nervous system. Another myth is that mental health can only be managed with medication. While medication can be helpful in certain cases, it doesn't always solve the root problem. Often, issues like chronic anxiety or mood swings are fueled by nutritional deficiencies, poor sleep, or constant blood sugar spikes. Magnesium, B vitamins, and omega-3s, for example, play huge roles in brain health, fix the deficiencies, and many mental health struggles begin to ease naturally. And then there's the belief that your mental health is fixed, that if you've always felt anxious, tired, or low, that's just who you are. But nothing could be further from the truth. The brain is incredibly adaptable. Neuroplasticity means it can rewire, rebuild, and recover when given the right environment. With consistent lifestyle shifts, healthy eating, quality sleep, targeted nutrients, and stress management, you can literally reshape how your brain and body handle life. At the end of the day, all the myths and misconceptions we've been breaking down point us toward one bigger truth. The path to real health isn't complicated. It's about going back to the basics your body was designed for. Your body already knows how to heal, how to burn fat, how to generate energy. The problem is, most of us have been working against it, following advice that keeps us stuck, tired, and frustrated. When you align with how the body is meant to function, you stop fighting uphill battles and start seeing results that actually last. The first step is always awareness. You've got to recognize which beliefs are holding you back. If you think fat makes you fat, or if you believe you need to graze all day to boost metabolism, you'll never give your body the chance to switch into fat burning mode. When you let go of those myths, you open the door to eating in a way that actually supports energy and health. Next, it's about building simple, repeatable habits. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Choosing whole, nutrient-dense foods most of the time, allowing your body to rest and recover instead of constantly pushing it. Managing stress before it manages you. These are the small daily actions that add up to massive changes over time. It's not dramatic, it's not flashy, but it's powerful. And the truth is, real health isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and even social. When your body feels good, your brain works better. When your brain works better, your decisions improve. And when your decisions improve, your relationships, your work, your entire life starts moving in a better direction. Health is the foundation that everything else is built on. So here's the bottom line: health isn't about chasing fads, believing marketing slogans, or living by myths that were never true to begin with. It's about cutting through the noise, decoding the truth, and giving your body what it was designed to thrive on. When you understand how your body really works, you stop fighting against it and start working with it. That's when energy comes back, weight balances, and clarity replaces confusion. The power is in your hands. Break free from the myths, embrace the truth, and watch your health transform, because real health is built on knowledge, not misconceptions.